Yep, I'm wrapped up here. Welcome everyone to a mid-November YouTube video. We are currently midway through a strict month's lockdown at the moment, so I've been really racking my brains as to what I can do legally, because I don't like to sort of push the system at all for a YouTube video. We are allowed to go fishing because it's considered a solitary sport, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to catch a here he says I'm going to try and catch a trout. I'm at a local reservoir which has a fishing club which I'm a member of, and it's usually pretty good. It's not the greatest time of year, and it's coming towards the end of the season for the reservoir. It's very cold. Here I am making excuses, so the fish is going to be low down in the warmer water. What other excuses? Oh yes, it is really, really windy as well, so casting's not going to be easy. I'm just looking at my little book of excuses here. No, I run out of excuses. You saw, hopefully, my salmon fishing in Scotland video. That I'll put that up in the cards here, which wasn't very successful at all. And a few comments about my list of excuses. No excuses. I'm going to catch a fish today. So, first thing to do is catch one, and then we'll get together with preparing it and probably have some of the freshest possible fish, because that'll be straight from the reservoir, which is about 20 yards in front of me there, and pretty much straight into the pan. Oh, please. I don't know, I'm digging myself a hole in some of these videos. Right, let's go. Got one. This is where I fall in whilst trying to land it. Now I usually bring a landing net because I release all my fish. I don't particularly like keeping them. I just enjoy the sport. But this is a catch and cook, so I'm not too bothered about, well, I don't want to damage the fish, but I'm just going to get it straight out of the water and dispatch it, and then we'll cook it. And yeah, that's just perfect size. There's some very big fish in here, and I didn't want to get a big one today because it's just for little old me. So that's great. Now I'm going to get this fish out of the water, and I'm going to kill it very quickly, just by a tap to the back of the head, firm tap, kills it instantly. But the important thing is, if you don't want to see that part of it, then I fully understand. So just if you want to just turn your heads away from your TV now. There you go, beautiful rainbow trout. I'm going to kill it right at the water's edge here now. Just the tap to the back of the head. There. And that is the trout, well and truly dead very quickly. See, it's got a little bit of cormorant damage there, or some sort of predator. But that's the perfect size fish. That's about 2.5 pounds, I think. Well, no, 2 pounds probably, which would be perfect for me. Great, that's the difficult bit over. Oh, thank God for that. Got myself a little beauty. There we are. That was touching out. I fished for about an hour. I kept turning the camera on thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to get one, and then I'd turn it off, and then I just thought, oh well, batteries are there to be used, so I just kept the camera running, and yay, got one. So it's actually a reasonably big fish, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fillet it. I'm going to save one of the fillets and freeze it to have it another time, but the first fillet I'm going to take the flesh off, and then I'm going to hopefully cook some Thai trout fish cakes. I don't want to push this lockdown thing here, so I've got an awful lot of the ingredients ready and chopped up so far in advance. So what I'll do is I'll put all the recipe in the description, and I'll talk it through as I go, because I just think it's pushing it a little bit to be sitting here and cooking. But I think we're allowed to go out and walk, we're allowed to go and take exercise, we're allowed to fish, and I think we'd be allowed to have our lunch whilst we're out fishing. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't actually have a dedicated filleting knife, but I got given this by my brother Jamie for Christmas, and it's a boning knife, and God blimey, it's an absolute beauty. Look what you get with it. Look at that. You get a badge, a cleaning cloth, and just take a look at this. As I say, it's a boning knife, but it's a lovely carbon fibre handle. And just take a look at that. I think that will probably do the job okay. I can't begin to tell you how sharp it is. I haven't got many hairs on the back of my arm from trying it out. So I think that'll do the job for the filleting. Now, there are loads of different ways to fillet fish. A lot of people gut them first, but it's not necessary. All sort of insides of the fish are in this bit here, which you don't really need to be touching. So the idea is to take a nice clean fillet off without actually touching the casing that contains all the fish's innards. So let's give it a go. New knife, exciting. So you go in, God, like butter, towards the head, and then you turn the knife, and it's important you get along that backbone, and just here you go, going through the ribs, cutting nicely along that backbone, like this. And then when you get to this point, there's the clever bit. Move the fish along. You know, a little bit further. Then in there, and you can actually take the fish off the skin. Move it along a bit. It's a good sized fish. And there you have it. Very nice, boneless and skinless trout fillet. And you can see from the rest of the fish here that the casing of the innards is still intact, so it keeps it clean. Taken all the meat off, and I've got myself another side there as well. Now I'll just quickly take this side off and I'll put that in my bag and take that home. And that's all your meat off the fish without having to gut it. And I can now just put that in here. And you either use the bits to make some fish stock or just chuck it away. No mess. Well, what a knife that is. I don't even catch the name. Quantum series. And that will be used again. Wow. Thank you, Jamie. Absolutely fantastic present. So I've got my trout fillet. I've just used a little bit of the second fillet here actually, because I'm not sure whether I had enough, and I'm a bit hungry and a bit greedy. Got that ready, and in this little pot here I've just got a mixture of coriander. The big leaves I'm just going to take out and use as a garnish at the end, but I've got some chopped coriander, I've got some chopped bits of lemongrass, and loads of well, not loads, but about a thumb-sized piece of chopped ginger. So that's chopped coriander, lemongrass and ginger. And wait for this. This is another present my brother Jamie gave me. He gave me this a number of years ago. I think it was a Christmas for a birthday. It has never seen the light of day. But I just thought this is a time for getting my knives out and putting them to use. It's certainly overkill for a little bit of trout. But I just, I've got this terrible habit of receiving lovely gifts like this and just thinking they're just too nice to use. And life's too short, and now I'm deciding I'm going to start using my stuff. It happens with camping kit and a lot, so I don't know what make it is, but look at that, what a brute. So yeah, I've got the first aid kit ready, and what I'm going to do is just chop up this trout and into sort of almost so it's like a mince of fish meat, and then I'll mix it with the ingredients and make some little fish cakes. Crikey. I know it's fish, but just that's the weight of the knife. Yeah, it's got to be heavy, but just going through that, never known anything like it. Right, so that's pretty nicely sort of minced up. There's some bigger bits in there, as well as the more minced up soft bits, and yeah. That knife worked. A treat. God, finally. I think he must have given me this knife about 7 or 8 years ago. Good. One of the ingredients I forgot was some chili jam. My sister-in-law Leslie makes a lovely mean chili sweet jam, and I'm going to just put a little bit of this on the fish cakes as they cook. Okay, I'll take my garnishy bits out. I'm not going to use all of this because that'll just overpower it a bit. But I've got to get my hands messy now, and I've not got the biggest board to be working with, but I'm just going to mix this up and eventually form it into a couple of fish cakes. But this is outdoor cooking, not after amazing presentation or after taste. So there we go, it's looking good to me. I'm going to split that in two, shape that a little bit. On there. There we go. That one there. And now to cook them. And what device shall I cook these on, I wonder? Because it's a bit like mentioning the war now, but I'm going to cook it on my fire trough. Let's get it fired up. I've seen this put up a few times, so we'll do one of these. And there we go, I'm using the Trangia burner setup. I've got my double adapter on the gas canister there, and one of the new designs that we've had done is a little support tray which allows you to use a mug that's maybe slightly less than the width of the blades here, and therefore you can stop it from falling obviously directly onto the gas burner. So yeah, I like that little addition. Right, and in there you go. I'm just going to use my cheese grater to pat them down a bit. One with a bit of the chili jam. Spread that out a bit up top. Get the tea. Let's see. Yeah, be alright. There we go. Final turn, I think. And these are ready. Bit of garnish. Oh, raw ginger, thank you. And just pièce de résistance. Some prawn crackers. Well, Thai trout fish cakes, prawn crackers. I'm very hungry. Let's have a go at this. Couldn't be fresher. Whoa. Even the geese sound as though they want some. Just delicious. And you know, caught it, cooked it, and what, 20 minutes ago this trout was swimming around in that reservoir just behind me here. But he didn't die in vain. The mesh grill for the top of the fire trough worked a treat, because this cup would be too small to be supported by the sort of V shape, and that mesh means that I could just pop this on boiler water as I was cooking away with the frying pan at the same time. Oh, I feel I deserved that. That's lovely. Good. So I'll get on with finishing off this, have a bit of a tidy, make sure I leave no trace, and yeah, I'll get out of here because I think I don't want to overstay the slight restrictions on lockdown at the moment. But yeah, stay safe, everyone. I hope you're all managing. It's difficult times. I don't want to get too down and deep about it, but yeah, everyone's feeling it. So I just hope you enjoy this video. Hope it adds a bit of levity to life, and I look forward to seeing you again. Do I show you the outtake? Oh, go on then. I'm going to do it very quickly by just tapping it on the back of the head firmly. Look.